So I don't know if you remember, but I did that video about a month ago talking about potential drone bans, the digital flight authorization, all that other stuff. Well, CNN published a brand new report about that technology that I was briefly discussing in that other video, which you can find somewhere over here, where they could effectively hijack your drone. So today I figured we could watch the video together and I could just do some narrative, some reaction to some of the sensationalism that was included in that report. So without further ado.
This is what it looks like when drones are flying where they shouldn't and are about to be taken over.
Okay, just one of the things that I want to point out is this is what it looks like when drones are flying in places that they shouldn't. It's just a drone flying in a park. So I think it's beginning to already paint the narrative of drones are evil, drones are bad. If you see these, just look out. So anyway, let's continue.
Sure.
CEO Zohar Halachmi says even off-the-shelf drones can now be easily outfitted to drop grenades or carry explosives, like during the Ukrainian attack on Russian air bases in June.
I don't know what drones these guys are talking about, but my my little Mini 3 Pro, it can't really carry much of a payload at all.
The latest concern of lawmakers on Capitol Hill as they're calling for greater coordination from federal agencies to protect large events like the 2026 World Cup and 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles.
With minimal skill, bad actors can use these drones to launch attacks or create chaos.
Potential for a coordinated drone attack on in an airport, seaport, or mass gathering is a credible and growing threat.
Here, Defense System uses an antenna to detect radio signals emitted by drones from the moment they take off, feeding information back to...
Now, I'm not suggesting that it's necessarily a bad thing to have this technology that we're about to see in place for very large events with large populations of people. Everybody that has a Part 107 license already knows that you cannot fly over large groups of individuals, can't fly over sporting events, cannot fly over concerts. Everybody that has a license is fully aware of that. So I'm not suggesting that it's a bad thing to have technology in place to prevent drones from entering those airspaces. I'm just kind of coming at this from the point of view of the delivery of this information or of this report just feels like it is designed to persuade and influence the general public, the general population that has nothing to ever do with drones. They don't know anything about it, in order to perceive every drone as a threat.
...and center in real time.
You essentially just create your own no drone zone.
Correct, it's a no-fly zone.
First, a demonstration of a lone, unfriendly drone flying into our airspace. The system detects the drone.
Word choice matters, and once again, we're just showing a simple hobby type drone that we used to be able to just go get off the shelf at Best Buy or maybe order through Amazon, and we're labeling it as dangerous. Now, I feel that that's deliberate.
Then with the push of a button takes control, sending the drone to land in a predetermined spot.
So this is our unfriendly drone here?
Next, a demonstration of multiple hostile drones in the air at one time, what's called a drone swarm.
It looks like they're all coming towards us now.
Once again, the system pulls the drones into its metaphorical tractor beam, setting them down in a safe zone and providing the location of the drone operator whose controls have gone dark.
The pilot has no idea that we're doing this.
Defense says this is based on the science of attacking computer viruses, filtering out good and legal drone users from malicious ones.
Now, how they're going to identify good and legal drone users from malicious users, that I guess remains to be seen. I haven't really dug into it to try to understand, is that based off of flight pattern, entering certain airspace, or is this going to be coupled with that digital flight authorization with your intended flight flight plan that has to be approved by the overlords, or exactly how they're going to make that determination. That, I guess, that remains to be seen.
Even the Federal Aviation Administration has tried the system and similar technology from other companies during a series of tests this spring.
I can assure you that government's focused on making sure that we get the technology right and we get the security right.
The cost to buy this system? Hundreds of thousands of dollars or more. DFEN calls it a small price to pay to protect against a growing threat in our skies.
Why not just shoot it down?
Because it's really dangerous. What you would like to do is to take that in the safest and controlled way as possible.
Drones are such a new threat that there is another problem. Rules and laws are struggling to keep up. Members of Congress say the federal government has limited authority to disable malicious drones, leaving what they call a glaring gap in our national preparedness. Major sports leagues are also pushing Congress to give them more authority over drones. In June, a Maryland man pled guilty to flying his drone near an NFL playoff game when he knew he shouldn't have. Pete Muntean, CNN, Washington.
Pete seems a little bit of a sensationalist, in my opinion. In that question, why not just shoot them down? Why didn't you just shoot it down? Why do you need to buy this technology? It's like, if I'm ever in a position or a situation where I get to ask somebody that is in the know of maybe the technology, you know what I would have asked? I would have asked, how are you going to identify good and legal users? How are you going to separate or parse those people out from the malicious drone pilots? I'm not going to say, oh, why don't you just shoot it down with your pellet gun? Because I'm Pete. Anyway, I saw this video, got me a little bit worked up, just because it just feels like, once again, a deliberate attempt to shift or sway public opinion about something that I enjoy doing as a hobby. Damn it. Anyway, hope you got something out of today's video. Hope you're having a great week, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.